Hey everyone, I'm Justin and welcome to Algebra 2. In this video, you'll get a preview of the topics we'll cover, break down the structure of a typical lesson, learn about the resources available to you, and have a quick chat about some good habits that'll help you succeed in this course. Let's get into it. So, Algebra 2. A major focus in this course will be working with different function families and their graphs, including quadratic, polynomial, rational, radical, and logarithmic functions. Each one helps describe different kinds of patterns and relationships, and they're all used in a lot of real-world fields. Quadratic functions show up in areas like agriculture, economics, and physics. Radical functions appear in engineering and construction, navigation, and medicine. And logarithmic functions are used in fields like sound engineering, geology, and archaeology. Later on in the course, we'll also dive into trigonometry, including the unit circle and trig functions. The world of trigonometry is vast, and some of the concepts you'll learn in this course are used in astronomy, computer graphics, and video game design. Last but not least, we'll take a look at probability and statistics, often used in sports, marketing, and social science. They help us understand data, predict outcomes, and make informed decisions. If you couldn't already tell, the math you'll see throughout this course is everywhere around us. So that's what you'll learn in Algebra 2, but how will each lesson work? On the cover page for each lesson, you'll see a lesson checklist that'll outline every task in the lesson and break down the tasks in the lesson into days. Most lessons are designed to take 2 days to complete, and you can expect to spend about 45 to 60 minutes working each day. The cover page also has the lesson objectives, giving you a preview of what you'll be able to do by the end of the lesson, and a list of any skills that you're expected to be familiar with before starting it. A lot of those skills will come from a different unit or even a different course. In those cases, there will be a QR code for you to click or scan that can help refresh your memory. The last thing you'll find on the cover sheet is a warm-up activity. The warm-up is meant to get your brain ready to do some math and help you brush up on skills that'll support you as you learn the new concept from the lesson. After you do the warm-up, you'll typically start each new lesson with a video. This will show up right after the lesson PDF on your learning path, which you probably already know since you're watching me right now. Some lessons will have just one video, others will have multiple videos, either on the same day or on different days. Along with the video, which will go through new concepts and example problems, each lesson has guided notes, which give you a space to follow along with the lesson video and try practice problems on your own, record key concepts, and reflect on your learning. Guided notes are not only helpful for internalizing new concepts during the learning process, but as you fill them out, you're also creating a resource for yourself that you can refer back to as you study for assessments. If you don't already have the guided notes for this lesson in front of you, pause for a second and go get them. To be able to make the most of the guided notes while you review, it'll be important to have a good organizational system. If you're not using a course workbook, you might want to download and save each lesson's materials into folders organized by unit if you want to work with digital materials. Or for physical copies, you might hole punch the printouts from each lesson and put them into a binder. After each lesson video, you'll have a few different opportunities to practice the skills you just learned. You'll do some practice questions on the Mia Prep site, usually 1 to 3 levels a day. For lessons with multiple videos on the same day, you might answer practice questions between the videos to check your understanding of the first concept before moving on. For each lesson, a PDF version of the online practice problems is provided in the parent portal. These PDFs allow you to answer most of the questions you see online in a free response format instead of multiple choice, and they include the entire bank of problems that the online questions are pulled from, so you can get extra practice by doing the questions that you didn't see online. These PDFs also provide detailed answer keys, which you can use to check your work or help you figure out the next step if you get stuck. In just about every lesson, you'll also see an activity called Progress Pursuit. This activity is a chance for you to get, wait for it, more practice. And it'll be especially helpful for those hands-on skills like sketching a graph. Answer keys are also provided on the parent portal, and you can work with your home educator to utilize them in the way that works best for you. The answer keys include not just the answers to each question, but detailed breakdowns of each step, along with helpful notes and tips. Some lessons might also include GeoGebra activities to explore concepts hands-on, and bonus or extension opportunities to push your learning even further. The icons at the top of every activity page will match the icons shown in the lesson checklist to help you stay organized throughout the lesson. So, you'll be doing all this learning and all this practice, which is great for your brain, but then what? How will you show everything you've learned? That's where assessments come in. For longer units, you'll take mid-unit assessments partway through, usually about 10 questions. These mid-unit assessments help you check in on your strengths and areas of growth early on, and can let you know what topics you might want to revisit before you continue to the rest of the unit. For every unit, though, you'll take an end-of-unit assessment, about 15 questions, to summarize and wrap up everything you've learned. If you don't nail the assessment the first time, that's okay. The most important part of making mistakes is learning from them, so you can always go back and revisit any lesson from the course by going to the All Lessons tab on the Mia Prep site. From there, you can review the videos and your notes, try the practice again, and then give the assessment another shot. Whenever I start something new, I find it helpful to set a few goals and intentions at the start to stay on track. Even though this course is probably new to you, this isn't your first math rodeo, and you might already have some habits and personal systems that help you learn well. But if you're looking for some more ideas, here's some things I like to do. Some new topics can feel pretty big, so when I'm learning, I like to schedule breaks into my day to help me process and prevent things from feeling overwhelming. That means maybe you take a 5-minute break to stretch and walk around after you finish the lesson video so you can go into the practice problems feeling fresh. On a similar note, I always find it helpful for students when they take the time to pause the lesson videos so they can jot down notes and work through example problems without feeling rushed. I also always try to use my resources whenever I get stuck. For you, this means rewatching videos from earlier lessons, reviewing older guided notes, using the work and tips from the answer key, and using the online practice question PDFs to help you get extra practice. Maybe you already do some of these things, or maybe you do something totally different that helps you. But whatever it is, having a system and a bank of resources to lean on as you go through a new experience can make all the difference. And of course, the skills you learn in Algebra 2 won't just help you get good scores on your assessments. They'll help you learn how to persevere through challenges and become a stronger problem solver. If you use any sort of math in your future career, then this course will serve as a helpful foundation. And even if your career path doesn't include math, you'll still become a more adaptable problem solver. As you navigate the world of Algebra 2, always remember to use your resources, face challenges head on, and never give up. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, hey.